Hey everybody, I just wanted to come to you today. I'm spending some time with my mom. This is Carol Ann. And we call her Mimi. And so she was going to just sit with me as I read the devotion for day 8. And so I'm just going to do this with my mom. We've been in and out of the hospital, and she is doing rehab now and doing well. We're down here in Mobile. And today we're going to read one of my stories that I love this. I love it because it really talks about how we are the sheep and how God is the shepherd, the great shepherd, and how he is going to pursue us like the hound of heaven is the way I talk about it. So I'm going to read to you today from Ezekiel 34:12. And I don't think Ezekiel's typically a verse that we read during the Christmas season. But I think you'll see the connection in just a second. It says, "As a shepherd seeks out his flock, so will I seek out my sheep, and I will rescue them from all the places where they have been scattered." One of the ways that I think Satan attacks us is isolating us. If he can get us alone with our own thoughts and insecurities and hurts, he can speak lies to us and twist the truth from God that can set us free. Satan wants us to believe that we're not seen, we're not heard, and we're without purpose. He wants us to see ourselves as a failure and unworthy. And he would love for us to second guess the character of God, which is full of grace, love, and compassion. He makes us feel like we are a disappointment to God, and he does not delight in us, which is not true. This leaves us with a sense of being lost and unwanted. Yet in John 10, Jesus describes himself as the good shepherd. He says when he calls his sheep, they know him and his voice because he has cared for them and laid his life down for them. Ezekiel 34:12, we are told, he will seek out his sheep and rescue them. And again in Matthew and in Luke, we are told Jesus would leave the 99 sheep for the one. Y'all, we are the lost sheep. Jesus longs to seek us out and rescue us. Interestingly, sheep do not have to do anything to make the shepherd love them. In the same way, we don't have to do anything to earn the good shepherd's favor. And just like sheep are known to mess up again and again, we will make mistakes and continue in sin despite our best efforts. As the good shepherd will seek us out over and over and will make sure we have all we need to thrive. His desire is to keep us with him at all times, to lead us, protect us, and provide for all of our needs. A shepherd loves his sheep and has an intimate relationship with them, so when he calls, they know they can trust him. This type of shepherd understands the needs of his sheep more than they do. His desire is to protect the sheep from harm, and he knows what threatens them. He's prepared to work tirelessly, even to the point of laying down his own life. In contrast, a hired hand may do the minimum to care for the sheep and will abandon the sheep if his own life is at risk or the pursuit of the sheep becomes too costly. I have a friend named Susie who visited her family in Scotland, and one of her family members has sheep. He would call on them daily. It was a simple call, and the sheep would just come running. They knew their shepherd would feed them, care for them, protect them, and provide for them. If one was missing, he would look for it and tend to it. One morning, Susie wanted to call the sheep. She couldn't wait for them to come running to her. She called using the same intonation and words, but they did not come. They did not know her voice, and they were not fooled by her attempts to imitate what they knew to be the true shepherd. So let me ask you this. Do you know the good shepherd's voice? If you feel like the one who is lost in the world, alone and forgotten, I want you to take time to listen. Remember, it's his kindness that leads us to repentance. Do you hear the good shepherd's calling? Do you know how much he cares for you? He wants to make you lie down in green pastures and lead you beside quiet waters. He wants to restore your soul, like it says in Psalm 23. So do not be fooled by the hired hand that tells you money and fame, possessions, or relationships will give you the desire of your heart. They will all prove to be a disappointment, and they will not satisfy. Only the good shepherd can give you what your heart needs, and only he can rescue you and restore you. If you're lost, he's looking for you now. Listen carefully, lean in. He sees you and he hears you. And like I often say, The Good Shepherd longs to be gracious to you. Y'all, this is one of those lessons that I love. And even as I sit here with my sweet mom, who is working so hard to get her strength back and go through rehab, I can't help but think what I talked about at the beginning of this, which is that Satan really does have a desire to make us question the character of God. When we have difficult things happen in our life, or when we mess up and maybe we experience some type of failure, it truly is Satan that wants to get in our head and tell us that we're not worthy. He makes us want to think that God is the one who's caused these bad things to happen. And again, we question the goodness and the character of God. And so what I'm hoping you'll see today is that God is the Good Shepherd, and He is the one who wants to take care of all your needs, provide for you, sit with you, like I said, in the hard and in the good. And I'm hoping that you, as a sheep of the Good Shepherd, will lean in and listen for Him. If you feel lost, it could be that you just need to have a conversation with God and just say, I need you. I need you in my life. I need to understand what that looks like. I need to remember that you're good, and remember your character, that you're in control of all things, and that you'll work all things together for good for those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. So thank you again for joining us for day 8. I'm hoping that every day you'll have a glimpse of just one thing to think about. And today it's just that we get to pray and honor and adore the Good Shepherd, which is God. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Mom, you want to tell them bye?